Welcome to the most prestigious event, Swaasa Masterclass. It was organized by the Swaasa in collaboration with RX Doctor, STA Premier Clinical Research Institute, Chennai, and Society of Clinical Research and Medical Professionals. So in this masterclass, we have the four. The first one is SAS training, and the second global abroad opportunities, and the Swaasa Mega Job Fair, followed by the breast cancer awareness hackathon. So
we're now ready to move into the first part of the program, focusing on masterclass on SAS career and global healthcare pathway. Whether you're here to explore the basics or delve into advanced topics, we have an enriching session ahead.
Good evening, all of us. Let us start for the session in today completely SAS awareness of the programming. Let us go for start the session, guys. Do you know about in SAS completely? What about the tools and techniques? Some use for in SAS functions, procedures. These are all are little bit in awareness of programming languages. Okay, first of all, they can conduct any clinical trials. Most of them nowadays they can open the platforms like clinical trial basis. Any molecule they can monitoring in the one clinical trials. Any equivalence and conduct the bioequivalence and availability. These all are things are completely in a CROs, any clinical sites. You can start for in the clinical study. Once they can receive the data, we have any raw data or CDM data, clinical data, they can collaborate it within the CIS standard. So first of all, SAS is not a bigger topic. It's like one of the technical tools, most of them. So one is a simple techniques is conducting for the only basis, like some functions, procedures. You have to use your data. They can techniques and follow some functions. Another thing they can use most of them frequencies, like you have to 10 minutes of the work. They can minimize your work topic a little bit when they can go for the advance. There's most of them steps will be reduced. You have to complete it for the awareness of the base and advance. They can go through the macros. Macros, once created your macros, they can retrieving the data anywhere, anytime. You can create the one folders also. They can little between number of the times they can use in the macros. So SAS application, everyone they can know. So like in a analysis purpose, any data will be easily modified and retrieving the summary of the data and reporting the generation of the data, any listings and figures. These can be used in the most of them in a clinical databases. Like most of them, they can easily adapt it in the SAS versions. So first of all they can minimum they can awareness of the CDM team. CDM team will applicate it once the database collected in the data. This team will be provided in the standardized format. And it's like a CDS variables and CDS collection of the data. This can be introduced in the CDM team, clinical data management team. These in any queries are there, site queries and study queries. This team will be closed out. This team can be handled in the only data for in a clinical data management. And the techniques of the supporting the SAS team will be provided in the analysis of the data sets. It's like managementing the data, stability of the data, and legacy files and metro files. These are all the techniques. And these are the easily to modulated in the three bases of the programming skills. One is a basis, advanced, and another thing is a statistics. Statistics nothing but they can know for in a programmers in a biostats. Once they can study will be randomized and how many subjects are participated there, what purpose of this study, these things are all finalized in the Stats team. Stats team is a separate. So these are in a modules like database will be collected in the different formats are there. One is the access files and MD files, metadata files, raw files. Data will be stored in the one of the sheets. It's like simple write down in the Excel sheet. So that is the programming skills. The purpose of the SAS is some syntaxes, some functions, some metadata procedures. These are all are in a easily to learn in the platform. That is the main thing of the what can you SAS for do? ఎన్నికి యూజ్ చేయాలి, ఎలా యూజ్ చేయాలి, what is the use of this SAS? So they can easily generated in the reports and summary reports, finally graphs and listings, figures. These are in the regulatory bodies. Like different formats are there. SAS is not acceptable. Only these formats can regulatory bodies or any US FDA, TGA, MAGA, all countries they can accept it in the only CDS standard. So this is in a SAS window. They can in a 5 versions are there. One is a editor window, another one is a log window, another one is a programming window. These are in a different windows are there. Once you can write the code, these are in a editor window. You can write anywhere, any program, any syntax, any day. You have to create the own data sets. Own data sets. Before that, you can create it in the for one library as there. One is a technical library, one is a permanent library. You can use in the different names. That is not a big issue. Once created the libraries, you can store in your data sets. That is called in a SAS help dot. You can use in the different data sets are there. They can multiply in the your data, managing the your data, modify your data. They can finally generate it in the any one of the outputs are there. That is the main intention and main career goal of the SAS programmer. You have to write in the your own programming. So this is one of the simple program like data steps and proc step. They can every programmer they can use in their initial days. They can in a data steps are there. These are in a one statements are though. These are in a different formats are there. Once you created the your data set, they can it's a like software version. They can in a running by symbol and you have to select it for your data. They can submit it in the reporting for the one data sets are called. You can check in the this data is correct or not in a. They can go in the log window. This data set will be not reported. They can errors and warnings. Some difference are there. It's like in a log window. Your data is corrected not. It's a like mirror process. Log window. That means it's a like mirror. And another one is a result window. Your data is displaying in this type of the window. It's like SAS in a 2 versions are there. One is a enterprises and another one is a SAS in a 3.4 and a 3.4. Now upcoming days they can all are using the 9.4 versions. These are in a licensed versions. They can use in a flexibility. And these are the programming rules. It's like these are the safety and efficacy. Data will be different are using this things. And so you can every programmer first of all they can data will be understand. First of all, once you receive the data and other teams they can collaborate it within the SAS teams. They can first of all you understanding the data. What is data? It's like anyone. Some yes please. Information. What information? So no problem. You can tell. Yeah, that is in a one human data. Like it's called in a subject. Subject information they can available in the data. It's like in a different data sets are there. For example, initial days, they can collect it in the data in a demographic. So like any subject and any clinical database, they can demographic information are there. That is accurate or not accurate, they can go through in the one of the standard procedures also in STDMIG. So like essential standard variables. Do you know all are about in essential standard variables? For example, okay, subject in the subject name identify చేస్తారు. A minimum, anyone? For example, X and Y is a two members are there. This information available in a X and Y are how to define that? Know about anyone? That is called in a demographic information are there. Okay, I will show it complete awareness. This is the CIS process right now. They have to create it in your logins. This is an open source platform. Everyone they can create it your own logins. These are standards are there. Most of them they can use in the STDMIG, ADAMIG, TGA, QRS. These are in a different formats are there. Only clinical data will be collected in the STDM formats are there. STDMIG. And once STDM standard your data, they can go through in the analysis purpose. Analysis purpose, they can be source data, they can in a Adams data sets. Adams data sets will be ready. They can go through in the analysis purpose. After that, you can generate it in the, it's a based on the client requirement and sponsor requirement, they can generate it in the TLS, tables and listings of figures. They can, reviewer can be easily understanding in the, this format. So another one is just sender. Sender is also some. It's like in animal studies, NDA process like all completely data exchange non-standard organizations. So these are in STDM formats. After that, your data will be received the SAS team. They can first of all they can go through in the STDM format. Once your data split the your domains. How many domains are there, interventions, events, findings, all test domains are there in a finding domains. Any tests, and it's like a process, any adverse event, any concomitant medications. These informations are all available in a events domains. And some domains are in a events, interventions, findings. And another one is a related to relationship data sets. They can interlink anamata. Interlink data sets are there. You can populate it with some informations are not fitted in the demographic domains. Some marital status, these informations you can go through in the demographic in a subdomains. They can fit it. You have to main focus on this control terminology there. Once everyone they can growth in the control terminology, they can easily accessible. It's like a clinical database, how to handle it. The control terminology will learn. They can most important things. These are the your data will be exact data or not, or they can identify in the terminology there. Code and code list, they can standard submissions values. These are all informations available in a control terminology. This is one of the Pinacle tool right now. Your data and your submission process, like your entire data collecting and submission process. After that, you can validate in the your data. This is in one of the technical tool. Your data is not corrected or yes or no. They can all informations they can available in the this tool. You can generate it in the your Pinacle tool. After that, they can go through in the submission package like. So like STDM datasets, SADM datasets, all are in one folders and structures are available in the. It's like organization standards. Everyone they can submission the any countries and any formats they can standard structures are there. Legacy files, some Pinacle files, some raw files, meta files, all are in a step by step. They can submit it in the this tool. You can validate it. These are any issues, any define XML.PDFs and any conversions, any factors. These are all data exchanges. This tool and this technical available in the this Pinacle 21. After that, once submitting in your regulatory bodies, before one step is pending for them. After your data will be accreted in a Pinacle tool, they can generate it in the one Lorenzo tool. It's like a submission. Every data sets are every study, every sponsors, and every signature, some formalities are there. This tool will be accepted in the Lorenzo. They can anyone they can useful, they can note it. And Pinacle 21 and Lorenzo tool acceptable. This is guys simple introduction for in a it's like submission. Once data will be received and what is your role, what is the your daily activities. These are a lot of things are there. Not a one day they can hard, they can little bit when they can learn, you can easily. So like everyone they can interlink once CDM data to SAS team to biostat, and finally to confirmation in the biostat team, they can go through in the submissions. Submission packages will be there. Most of them programmers, then process are there. First they can CRF. Anyone idea about in a CRF? It's not for in a case report form, so they can use for in the clinical trial database. So database collected in the own variables are there. Everyone like, for example, gender are there. Some organizations sex, some organizations are gender. Both are data will be same. Some formatting issue is a different. So that's why you can use in the interchanges of the guidelines. Anyone they can fix a value as sex or FRM, male or female, they can standard variables like CDS will be they can useful. Everyone they can go through in a CDS. After that you can learn in a CDM, Adams, TLF. They can easily. Any doubts, guys?
Thank you. Thanks everyone.